This was going to bankrupt America. Well, there's a guy named Tuberville, senator from Alabama, who announced that he strongly opposed the legislation. Now he's hailing its passage. Here's what he said, quote, "It's great to see Alabama receive critical funds to boost ongoing broadband efforts." We're replacing every single lead pipe in this country and putting our children's health back directly. 400,000 schools, 10 million homes. We're fixing crumbling bridges, upgrading our power grid, renovating our airports and ports. And Dick, one of you talked about that, how important that is for the Great Lakes as well. Last week we opened I-95 back where I live. And you go up the East Coast. It's one of the most important links in the entire East Coast. Well, guess what? A guy driving a truck knocked down the whole bridge and the whole block, 4 lanes of the highway. I went up there and I said, we're going to get this the #1 project to get done. Within 1 week of my being there, 2 weeks of happening, tanker trucks that crashed and caused this overpass that has 150,000 vehicles travel on it every day and 14,000 trucks. It's critical to our economy. We did it with union workers. We closed all the loopholes. We used all American products, all American materials. We used federal infrastructure project. Made in America. Made in America, not a slogan. It's actually happening. You know, when Roosevelt passed the legislation in the 30s about unions being able to be engaged, everybody thinks they just legalize unions. It said we should encourage unions. There was a little provision there that very few presidents paid attention to. It said, buy American. That meant that if a president was given money by the Congress to build, say, a new deck in an aircraft carrier, whatever it was, he or she was supposed to use 100% American labor and 100% American products. It hardly happened. We get exceptions down to 30%, et cetera. I changed all that. We're all now investing in key industries of the future, making targeted investments to promote domestic production of semiconductors, batteries, electric cars, clean energy. Under the trickle-down economic theory was that public investment would discourage private investment. Give me a break.
I have a new Social Security update. Direct deposits of monthly payments are arriving for millions of Americans today. These checks can be worth up to $4,555. But analysts are warning many Social Security recipients of a possible significant benefit cut, as new data has just been released. My dearest friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway this coming Friday. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. The final round of June's 3 Social Security retirement payments, which could be worth up to $4,555, will be deposited for many Americans today. The payment is for recipients born after the 21st of the month and will go out today. Social Security has been a controversial political topic over the years, as it faces several problems, whether it's retirees' benefits losing purchasing power or the program running into a heap of financial trouble. But either way, the issue is now front and center in American politics and will remain that way as the country gears up for the 2024 presidential election. Lawmakers in Washington, D.C. do not agree on much these days, but most understand that the Social Security program is currently heading in the wrong direction. That's because Social Security is struggling financially. Currently, the payroll taxes the government collects are not enough to fully fund scheduled benefits for the 66 million retirees in the program. So the program has had to dip into its reserve fund, also known as the Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust Fund. And at the current rate, the Social Security Board of Trustees says the OASI fund will run out of money by 2033, at which point payroll taxes collected for the program will only be adequate to cover 77% of scheduled benefits. However, at this point, Congress would likely dip into or combine the assets of the OASI with that of the Disability Insurance Fund, which pays benefits to disabled workers. The Disability Insurance Fund is much smaller than the OASI fund and would get depleted pretty quickly if used for Social Security retiree benefits. Although lawmakers on both sides of the aisle agree that there needs to be a change, their solutions are completely different. The main solutions currently being proposed by lawmakers are to raise taxes or essentially cut benefits. Democrats tend to favor higher taxes to solve a lot of issues, while Republicans favor spending cuts. Crossing party lines on this matter could turn into a political nightmare for a politician. Social Security is funded by payroll taxes, but only up to a certain threshold of a person's annual wages. It is a number known as a benefit base. This year's benefit base is $160,200. Democrats want to increase this number to $250,000, $400,000, or even more. Meanwhile, some Republican groups have proposed raising the age that retirees can claim their fully entitled Social Security benefits from 67 to 69 years old, which would essentially cut benefits. But with just less than 10 years until scheduled benefits will be cut, our lawmakers are expected to take action very soon. Now, friends, according to new Gallup polling, President Biden's approval rating has climbed to its highest point in nearly 1 year. This is as he ramps up his campaign for another 4 years in the White House. The survey found that Biden's job rating among U.S. adults climbed 4 percentage points between May and June. So now 43% of Americans say they approve of the way the president is handling his role. It is the highest rating since last August, but still below the approval in the upper 50s recorded at the start of his time in the White House. 54% of U.S. adults overall disapprove of Biden's job performance. Biden hit the lowest approval rating of his presidential term 2 months ago, when just 37% of Americans approved of his job performance before he launched his re-election campaign. The president's ratings in the most recent poll vary starkly by party. More than 8 in 10 Democrats approve of Biden's job performance, while 6% of Republicans say the same. 41% of independents approve, and the Gallup report notes the overall uptick in Biden's rating comes from that demographic. The new report also notes that the survey, which was conducted from June 1st to June 22nd, began as Congress worked to pass a bill that lifted the debt ceiling, and that Biden's 44% approval rating last August followed the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act. My friends, please comment below what your thoughts are on President Biden and how he has handled the inflation crisis. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Wednesday. My dearest friends, thank you so very much for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure that you enter the weekly giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.